and on your new child too also. $50,000 is going to take a lot of diapers and formula. So walk us through that last caution in the restart.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it was a normal truck race, I guess. Wild and exciting. You really don't know what's going to happen till the end. I think if you back up before that, yesterday we weren't that great of a truck. I think we were a 10th place truck. Hensley feels like we're a little bit better than that. I don't, but I feel like he made some great adjustments overnight, and we were a top 3 truck, I think, when we dropped the green flag. But really hard to pass. Proud of Jeff and his strategy move there at the beginning. Glad we got that first stage win. Didn't know what that was going to do for his track position for the rest of the race, but I was able to do a little bit on my end. Jeff was able to make another great call for when we fitted in that second stage to help us out on that deal. And then we got the track position back and started trying to run Zane down, but we weren't that much better than him, even though he had 40 laps on his tires or 30, whatever it was. But yeah, the second to last caution, I didn't get a great launch. And, Ty got clear of me, put them 2 wide. I could have made it 3 wide and thought about it for a second and then thought better of it. And then Ty just got in there and got loose underneath them and wrecked both of them. But that's truck racing at Gateway. It's so hard to stay off of somebody when you're really going for it here. In a late race restart, it didn't surprise me. I hate it for those 2 guys because, in my opinion, those are the only 2 trucks that were better than us. But at the same time, very thankful it worked out in our favor. And in that last restart, I felt like I got a great launch. I felt like I nailed it through 1 and 2. Got to the white flag, and I was like, okay, this is ours. And then I went into 1 and 2, and I missed my shift, which I had 3 or 4 times for some reason towards the end of the race. My transmission was getting stuck going into 3rd, and it spit it into neutral. So I gave Christian a shot at me there at the end just with that, but able to hold it off. And overall, I think we were a little bit better than him at the end. But I knew, me and Christian raced great together, and we're kind of teammates there with McNally and GMS and Chevrolet. And I feel like all of our Chevy teammates raced each other really well today. And there was times that my other 2 teammates could have pushed the envelope on me and made it harder for me. I feel like the 42 could have made it harder on me at the end when we were faster than him, and he was able to give us a spot so I could run down Zane. But overall, thankful just the stars lined up for us, and we just had a great outing today.
I'm gonna go to Justin.
Justin Schuler, kicking the tires. Grant, did you think you would still catch Zane if the race had gone green, or what were your thoughts in those last 10, 15 laps?
As soon as I got clear of Carson, I was like, okay, I'm going to start running him down. And I really didn't. I was sliding my tires a little bit, pushing it too hard. And to be honest with you, I don't think our truck was quite as good that last stint as it was the stint before that. It didn't fire off quite as good. I think it would have, if we had run that whole deal out, I think it would have been a little bit better on into the run. But it fired off a little too free, just sliding my tires just a little bit too much. He'd have had to fallen off some for me to catch him. If he'd have run those laps, it'd have been tough for me to catch him. It'd have been close. But for us, like I felt like earlier in the race, we maintained for a long time until we didn't. The last 10 laps of our stint, we went a little tight. So we'd have been asking for something like that to happen to be able to catch him. If we could have restarted straight up with him, I think we could have potentially passed him. But that restart we did, I just flat out didn't get a great launch on the front straight. Spun my tires just a little bit, so I cycled out 3rd. Still had an opportunity to make 3 wide, but like I said, I chose better about that, and that's when Ty slid into him and kind of opened the door for us.
Were you shocked those older tires held up as well as they did throughout the race?
Yes and no. This is a track position race. This is a phenomenal racetrack. The package that we have in the Truck Series, it's just super hard to pass, especially a place like this. You need to be 3/10 faster than somebody to get around them. It's unfortunate, that's just kind of the package that we have now. I truly think a few years ago when they ran PJ1 on the outside here, it was a better show for us. I don't know if the Cup cars need it, but I think it'd be a little bit better for us. But it didn't all the way surprise me. I feel like our fall off was only 3 or 4 tenths. and it took way on into a tire run. If you had a really good truck, which Zane did, I did, Todd did, if you had a really good truck, I feel like it took way on into a tire run for you to start losing the handle.
Go to Bob.
Bob Hawkers, Fox Sports. You've led in only 3 races, but you have several top 5s this year. Should we start considering you a championship contender?
Well, yeah, Bob. I mean, I honestly feel like the first, few races of the year, no, I'm very disappointed with how that went. These last 5 races, I don't know if there's been anybody stronger than us. I think overall there's other guys that have run more complete races than us. But all 5 of these races in this stint, I feel like we had a top 5 truck at the end of the race. Charlotte last week, we buried ourselves in the 15th, 16th, 17th, had a multitude of issues, and the truck just wasn't very good the first stint. And Jeff kept working at it, and we finished 5th at Charlotte, but in all honesty, I don't know if there was many guys better than us at the end of the race. Wilkesboro, I didn't do a very good job on my lane choice and in the restart at the end, but we had a top 5 truck there. We didn't have a winning truck. But I feel like 3 of these 5 races we could have won, but all 5 of these races we had solid top 5 trucks. If we can do that for the rest of the year, then yeah, I absolutely consider us a championship contender. Do we still have work to do on our trucks, home pit road, on my restarts, our organization? Absolutely. But proud for the progress we made, proud of these 2 wins we got. Proud to see our teammates. Daniel had a great run there in the middle of the race. Christian, he's been running really strong. We work really well with the McAnally guys. So overall, like our Chevy camp and our GMS, our McAnally camp, all those guys, I feel like we're hitting on all cylinders. And to me, I feel like the opportunity is up to us. We gotta stay focused, and I think the sky's the limit.
I'm gonna stay here in the middle.
Caleb Whistle, SpeedwayDigest.com. Grant, first season for you to win multi-races since 2020, and back then we didn't know who you're going to drive for, or if you're going to stay in the truck series. So explain what it feels like to be in from that time period where you don't know where you're going to be at to now you're kind of like what Bob said, you're a championship favorite almost.
Well, I still don't know where I'm going to be at next year, but I'm very, very thankful and very thankful to be living in the moment and very thankful to be at GMS Racing with Chevy, with Champion Power Equipment, with Maury Gallagher, Mike Bean, Ron Booth. And in my eyes, like, we have a very great opportunity in front of us to not only contend, but to win a lot more races this year. So, I feel like that opportunity is in our hands. But heck, we never know what tomorrow's going to bring. But just thankful that I have this opportunity with a great organization to be able to live my dream and to be able to do it in great equipment. And I feel like right now, we can go to anywhere, including Mid-Ohio in a few weeks, and contend for a win. And that's a testament to not only the trucks we're bringing, not only to Jeff Hensley, not only our guys that work on this stuff, but it's really everything. Everything's clicking. I feel like, at the beginning of the year, potentially, Charles and Christian had the best overall team. They were clicking. I think there's been times of the year where Zane and Tic Tac are clicking. And I think right now, me and Jeff are hitting our stride. And GMS Racing, there's been some changes there. We've got Barry Swift back in the shop. We've got stuff clicking. The Fab Shop, Jerry Painter and those guys, our GMS Fabrication, everybody's just working together. And I feel like everybody's working in the same direction with the same goal, and that's to win more races and win a championship this year.
Do we have any additional questions for Grant? All right, Grant, congratulations on winning the race.
Jared Haas with FrontStretch.com. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, check one of those 2 videos out that we have right beside you. Visit FrontStretch.com for more great content.